Gotcha knows. That's the best I could come up with in the 3 seconds I gave this today. Hi, everyone. This is Chris Meegan, this fan. Welcome to the CRUBCAST, your weekly dose. Let me read the script. Of controlled chaos, where every week it gets worse. With me today is Sean Wolf Chaos on. Hi.
I didn't like what you did earlier, but hi.
That's my secret. I don't like anything I do. Speaking of, I spend a lot of time with Justin, JTart9. Hi, Justin. How are you?
I'm great, Chris. How are you?
I've never been worse, especially because today I woke up and they announced the new video game. And by that, I mean, they put out a trailer for one that has been announced for a long time. I would venture to guess that people probably haven't heard of this, or at least they don't remember the name, but it is called Ananta. It is an upcoming gacha game. It seems to be an open world GTA-like, featuring Spider-Man swinging elements in a giant open world modern city with furry anime girls.
And like a Batman Arkham City combat style with guns.
Yeah, like you go through the 7-minute trailer, and I'll try to remember to put in the show notes. I'll be a good person for once. But you look at this thing and you're like, oh, that's from that game. Oh, that's from that game. Oh, that's from that game. And there's so much stuff. There's fire trucks going on. Basically, all of this to say, you look at this thing and there's money spent on it. They're running through like a soccer field with like 300 characters running after them. It's insane. You look at Genshin Impact, another free game. Worlds and worlds and worlds to go through. Way too many. Zenless Zone Zero. Hours and hours of things to do without spending money. And it seems like the trend that Genshin laid out is spend a lot of money, big open world, get their hooks in with the free content, and then hope you spend money. And that obviously has worked for Genshin for a decade. But as I looked at Ananta, I started to really sit here and think how many of these can actually come and stay versus how many of these can actually come and go. Why do people play these other than them being free? What makes people stick? I just kind of wanted to talk about gacha in general. And since I don't want Sean or Justin to talk, I'm still going to keep going. If you're unfamiliar, gacha is not a genre. It's just a business.
It's like a system within a game that happens.
It's specifically about like character unlocks, basically, right? Like you'll
generally like some like progression or something that you'd want to obtain, or a character to play as in the game, or weapons. It's like taking specific pieces of the content that are a core piece of the game and hiding them behind a system where you basically pull the lever of a slot machine and it randomly spits out something, and what you get is what you get.
Right. And it's often not good.
Right.
Yeah, often.
And which causes people to have to spend money, because it's like, man, I really want this character. How do I get this character? Oh, I just have to pay $20? Okay.
$20 for a chance to probably get them, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Which, and then, you know, it's a time. It's gambling, but with anime.
Yeah.
Justin, I know you are very gacha familiar. Sean, I know you're literally in Zenless Zone Zero. Have you played a lot of gacha otherwise, other than being in Zenless Zone Zero as a playable character?
I played Zenless Zone Zero. I'm in it, apparently.
You're playable. I have you.
Okay.
I dress you up.
Okay. But him, apparently. Anyway, I've also played Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Which was kind of a Yes. And then there was Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle.
Oh, you played Dokkan?
I did. And then I played, I don't know if Dragon Ball Legends counts as
it is very much so a gacha game, yes.
But I played both of those.
It is a gacha game.
Like those were more so definitely like, oh, I have them on my phone, I'm playing those, than anything.
Yeah, because usually the denominating factor of a gacha game, like succeeding or not, at least in my opinion, is the ease of play. Right. How easy it is to play the game. And pretty much any game that's on phones, anything that has a huge install base, anything that can get to a lot of players, generally succeeds as a gacha game, because you have a lot more potential like clients at the casino, basically.
Yeah. And a thing that like I because you brought this up earlier with Ananta or whatever the game is called.
Ananta, yeah.
Yeah, that thing. You know, there are people that worked on Overwatch. There are people that worked on Overwatch that have made this game. And you have to remember, like, back in the day, Overwatch was
loot boxes.
Very big on loot boxes. And people spent a lot of money on that crap. I might have been one of them. But with that said, like, you can kind of, like, see the progression of, like, okay, from loot boxes to what it is now. Because it's like, well, if we make a free game, like, you're still getting content. Because you still technically, well, it depends on the game, but, like, a lot of them you still can technically unlock certain characters. It's just it can be a grind. And it's very much like, oh, you get a free spin today. You get a free spin if you do all this. And like there's just so much time put into the game that sometimes it's just like, well, if I just put in $9.99 on my PlayStation card, I'll get an extra
that's your
7
number.
spins.
Okay, $9.99. I was wondering what your
Less than
security
$10.
code was.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant a price. I thought you meant the 3 funny little numbers.
Oh,
sorry. I thought I had you there for a second. I was excited.
Yeah, pass me that credit card information, broski.
I don't even.
I'm trying to get some Ananta pulls, bro.
Yeah, they added a foot character to ZZZ, and I want her, bro.
Oh, you want to get Seed?
Oh, let's. What?
Her name's Seed.
Her name is Seed.
Okay,
she doesn't wear shoes.
ZZZ Seed.
So one thing that I would say, because my question,
live reaction. Look, her feet. Those grippers are out, Sean. It's fine.
I like the mod where they gave her Jordans. That was funny.
What? Why is she on a moped?
Don't worry about it.
Why is she Paul Blart? This is just Paul Blart.
Yeah, Cop. She also summons a mech or something. Anime hair. I kind of lost track of the ZZZ lore. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that's okay. That I kind of Seed Senior. Okay,
Justin, you had something of substance to say. What were you trying to say, buddy?
So I would argue that a gacha game only succeeds on giving the player something very valuable to roll for, to gamble for, but it's not incredibly like hindering to not get it. So it's a very fine balance of, do you need this thing to continue playing the game versus how much are you willing to play the game to get currency to then roll for the thing you want? There are some games that are extremely successful with terrible rates for getting what you want. One of those being Fate Grand Order. Very, very, very popular game. The pull rates are atrocious. Like, to get the specific thing you want, the pull rates are really, really bad. Then you have a game like Dragalia Lost.
Rest in peace.
A game that's actually extreme. It was extremely generous with its offering, so much so that when I looked at the pricing for maybe spending money on the game, I was like, you're giving me not enough value in the game for the price that I'm paying for it. And that you give me so many free pulls in the game, there's no reason to ever buy this. So like,
and it is the one that's
generous, died. Yeah, and that's the one that died. So like, too generous, there's no reason to spend money on it. And if it's not generous enough, you just create this giant money pit where it's like, do I spend the $1,000 it'll take to get the character I want?
1,000?
Like,
was that a random pool?
I'm looking at the chat right now for Fate Grand Order. The pity system, which is a system that gives you a higher rate of pulling the highest rarity of character or whatever resource you're going for, it starts at pull 330.
What? Like, so 330 cranks to that slot machine.
Yeah, until you have a slightly better chance of getting what you want.
That makes me hate being alive.
We should explain pity. Shout out to Erkman in chat, by the way, who mentioned that. We stream these live Tuesdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Just so you know, if you want to hang out.
Come and hang out with us and tell us that we're wrong for things.
No.
Pity is, I will do my best here. Basically, let's say there are 80 pulls to get an S rank character. You have a chance by the time you get to 80 pulls to have gotten the character you want. I think 50-50 is what ZZZ does. So in ZZZ, it's like a 1% chance of getting the character before you hit 80 pulls. Oh, but once by the time you get to 80, once you get to 80, then the
the rate of getting the S rank character like drastically goes up until it gets to 90, where it's a 100% chance.
Okay. And then
from there,
yes,
you have a 50-50 shot of either getting the limited character or a character from the standard banner that's not as rare, because you can get it whenever you want.
Right.
Because then it becomes the whole thing of standard characters versus limited time characters, because the standard characters are just there all the time versus the limited time where they are only there for that specific window they're available. So it creates some FOMO. And it's a whole system basically propped up on the idea of you don't need to have all of the characters in the game, but maybe you've gone through the story and you really like that one character. Well, you got to use your currency to go and get the character. And if you run out of currency before you get the character, well, you can always get across the finish line if you throw us a couple bucks.
So I guess that kind of calls into question, like, when does a gacha game become pay to win?
That's
I would argue
question.
that it becomes pay to win when it's PvP. If it's ever PvP. If it's only PvE, you can usually find a way around it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's PvP, then genuinely speaking, it will be pay to win. Like, you just will pay to get the best characters, and then you will be able to beat other players just because you have the money to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So much of this gets couched in very scary sounding language, though, right? Because I'm new to gacha relatively. Like, I played ZZZ, Zenless Zone Zero, for those unaware, since it came out like last July, pretty much. Like, not actively, but mostly actively. And I go into like discussion threads on it to try and get an idea of like what's coming, what characters maybe I would want for specific fights or whatever, right? And just the way people talk about it, it's like, yeah, you know, like you can technically beat the game for free and do all the in-game content without ever spending a penny. You know, it's fine. And then you look at the terminology around it and it's like, oh, there's pity, there's pools, there's 5 stars, there's, oh, well, you know, I do the monthly pass because it's only $5 and I get like 8 extra pools or whatever the amount is. And it's like, man, it's like everyone's just kind of talking in like
a different language, essentially.
A different language that's like,
it's like language and math combined into like one thing. Like,
sad.
Oh, so you need the odds for this. It's like going into like a betting zone where like everyone's just like, okay, we'll put on this parlay and this parlay, this and that. But like video game, essentially, it's sounding like this is coming from someone who like I said, I have spent money on, you know, Overwatch before, but also. I'd not really paid any money towards a gacha game in a very long time. So it's like one of those, I'm not sure how the current ecosystem is with it. And, you know, that's why I was like, you know, what is pay to win? Because there was one Marvel game I was playing on my phone where like you needed like stronger characters to get farther. And it was like, okay, you're on a 12-hour system. You lost, you have to get energy, blah, blah, blah. You give us money, you can get energy, you know, that type of thing. I forget what Marvel game it was.
I would argue that's not so much a gacha game in the stamina regard, but it probably was a gacha game in terms of getting new characters, right?
I think so. It was a while, but I was curious, if like that is something that you still see in like PvE games or
no.
Okay.
Because like for the most part, a lot of it comes for a lot of PvE games. It comes down to like a numbers game. So, like, does your character put out enough numbers to clear the boss in time? Like, that becomes a lot of the bottleneck for some of these games.
Yeah.
Like for Zenless Zone Zero specifically, there's a question of like, well, can I beat this boss with the characters I have if they're not a high enough level, or I didn't spend the time to get their resources and level them up and stuff like that? Then no. Which the Mihoyoverse games specifically are generally pretty good about it, because a lot of the stuff that you would need to make your character stronger, you actually can't spend money on, like, to get. Like, you have to just play the game and get them.
So what, just for other listeners, what is Mihoyoverse exactly?
Mihoyoverse is the company, Justin?
It's the company that makes gacha games that are probably the most popular in this space right now. Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Impact the Third. That's really their whole like game MO right now.
That's the thing that gets me about them. People are like, oh, they have the 3, but then you look and they're actively running like 6 or 7 at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is insane like, for one
those
thing.
Those are the ones that like matter, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to 2 Genshin Impact concerts. They had concerts for the music in the game, and I went to them. Really good. The music in that game is phenomenal. That's the thing, though. So that's kind of the crux of the conversation that Chris kind of brought up to us was how much time do you put into a gacha game, and like at what point is that time you're putting in worth the investment and the money that you're probably going to put into it to try and interact with the systems of the game. And
like the domination of, you could be doing other things with that time, right? Not even like productive things. Games. You could just be playing like other games even.
Like why does this game get you? Yeah. Because gacha games generally don't have a end to it because they always need to sell you another character. There has to be another thing down the line that they can give to you that will make you want to spend money. So unless a game is ending service, it generally has to end.
Right. It's a live service. Not essentially, it is. It
is a live service game, yeah.
I assume Honkai Star Rail is doing this also, Justin, but like Zenless and Genshin are on 6-week cycles of new content, which is insane.
Dang.
Generally speaking, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 6 weeks, yeah. So it's about a month and a half, and then they have a new service update, and it's sometimes it's like a whole new quest line. Other times it's like a whole new map that you can go and explore. Other times it's just a new character or two and a new event.
Yeah, and it's not even that things only get added every 6 weeks. Like every time I go into Zenless, like once a week, there's like a new event or something that wants your time, basically.
Yep. And like, if you want to play them all, you will get enough currency to where you don't need to spend money. So the money ends up becoming a question of, is it worth spending the money to mean that I don't have to play the game as much? But at that point,
then why are you playing it?
Why would I spend the money if I'm not going to play the game?
Right. Like it has to be enjoyable or else it's like you're just addicted to the dopamine, which is,
I mean, that's what gambling literally is.
Yeah.
And I would argue that you get the money that you spend on a gacha game, you're pretty much guaranteed to get what you want. So like, that's pretty cool.
But Justin, what if you spend, I don't know the rates on ZZZ. Let's just say hypothetically $20 for a character. What if you spend $20 on Miyabi, but then you look at how if you got 6 more Miyabis in Zenless Zone Zero, you could unlock all her extra super things that make her super cool, Justin.
And not only that, you then got to go get her weapon. And you got to get 6 versions of her weapon to upgrade her weapon to level 5.
Because then she'll be really strong.
Yeah. Like, that's where it gets to a point where it's like, okay, are you going to spend that money to go and get 6 copies of the same character and 6 copies of the same weapon? And you're not going to make the decision of using that weapon on multiple characters. You're going to just take all those weapons, combine them into one super weapon to give to one character. And it becomes a whole thing of analysis paralysis.
Yeah. I think for people who aren't in the ecosystem, and I wouldn't even really say I am, again, I just kind of look in. What I was like failing to articulate earlier, I think, is like the language people speak that are fans of this and aren't super far in, though. It's like everyone's orbiting the issue, right? Of like, oh, this could ruin my life if I get like one step too addicted, right? Everyone's just kind of like hand right up against the fire, like, oh, I'm not burnt yet. It's like still good. I was, God, in some thread I was looking at for ZZZ a month or so back, it was someone, I swear they were talking about fully getting all the copies of a character to fully like complete and like level it up in that way, right? And I want to say it was a 4-digit number of dollars.
It has to be because one character in a Mihoyoverse game is at least $160. Yeah, like to guarantee the character, it's $160. So to get 7 of them, that sounds about right.
That's why I wanted to articulate that. I'm watching Sean like process this in real time because like we know it costs money. No one's like unaware that it takes a pretty penny, but I don't think I sat there in disbelief. I was like, I want to say they spent $3,000.
I believe it.
For like a full ZZZ character. And I was like, oh my God.
So hold on.
Yeah. And the chat, we're not.
The chat's calling us out, and they're like, "Well, actually, you don't have to. You don't have to, but
you don't have to do any of this." No, I'm just saying, like,
but that's how they get you.
They specifically put these systems in the game for people to go and get them. Like people, like they are there for you to go get, and the only way to go get them is to gamble.
Sorry, I want to apologize. I put on a voice to mock chat. And I'm right, but I didn't mean to make fun of Erkman. I'm sorry, Erkman.
Not you specifically, Erkman, yeah.
It's just the kind of language I was talking about where it's like, well, you know, Miyabi's really strong and you don't have to do more than just get the character. And I'm like, we're orbiting the issue of like getting too close. Now. It's like, hey,
we're doing it right now.
It's not bad yet. And again, fully guilty as well. Just being clear. Miyabi's pretty strong.
It's like... That's the crux of a gacha game. And a gacha game will survive if... I would argue that a gacha game surviving comes down to buy into the IP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because a good IP does not mean a good gacha game. But buying into the IP generally means you will buy into the gacha game.
Mm-hmm.
And also a good gameplay loop to get free currency will kind of give you that itch of like, I'm one pull away. I can just pull that one more pull.
Just one more. I could change everything. I could get past the boss I've been stuck on if I just get that one character, that one weapon.
Exactly.
It's like that. It's like we can't end on a loss, guys. We can't end on a loss. One more round. Yeah. One more round. But now it's also like one more.
But also for gacha game, there's a clear end goal into gambling. Because with normal gambling, it's just make more money. There's no real end cap to make more money. But once you got your C6 Arataki Ito, you're done. There's no other reason to pull the character. Like, it's over. So, like, there's that finite end to where you're like, if I just spend this much money or spend this many pulls, I will get exactly what I want. And some gacha games do that. Other gacha games don't. And I would argue that's a failing on the gacha game because giving that end goal, giving that like thing at the end of the rope for people to strive towards makes it feel more tangible that you're not just throwing money into a pit. You're just you're funding your way towards that end game that you want to get to.
Right. Sorry, I just got so thirsty from what you were saying. I had to slunk down some liquid, Justin.
I understand. It was a very spicy take. I understand.
You know what? I'm going to slunk some water too. Hydrate right now.
Do it.
You know, this is a hydrate check. Hands up, everybody. You know, just make sure you're good.
Salute.
All right, we all got it. It's interesting to me. You mentioned what makes you like kind of get into a gacha and stay with it. I've been on the outs with ZZZ because the other elephant in the room is that some of these games are very horny. I don't know if anyone.
I have no idea.
It's weirdly something that falls with the genre, yeah.
Yeah, because ZZZ, I think, pioneered jiggle physics, to put it lightly. That is like probably the most PG way I can describe some of the things I've seen in that game. And it's not so bad, but it's just the animation.
ZZZ is egregious.
Right? Like the story isn't horny. The characters aren't horny. But you look at the characters and you're like,
the character designs are incredibly horny.
They're angling for people who like babos, right? And it's just, it's a cool world, but we were talking about it in our pre-show, Justin, but maybe before we started. But the new character right now is a character, her footsies are out, and every single time you do her ultimate
use
attack,
your ultimate.
The camera lingers on her bare feet in just a way where it's like,
you're doing that for a reason.
It's not an accident. And it's just to a point where I'm like, man, I already get made fun of for playing this game. You know what I mean? Like I already get called a gooner for playing this game. And it's also
weird too, because specifically with ZZZ, Mihoyoverse makes other games. They're not nearly as horny.
They're not nearly as horny. I played some Genshin
this one
Impact
just got.
I was curious, and it's like
this one just got bit by the bug. Yeah.
And
I think it's mainly because the nature of Zenless Zone Zero, it's a character action game, so the characters are just going to be more animated in general.
Yeah.
And so I think they just have more robust models on those characters as opposed to something like a Genshin Impact where they kind of have like 6 model types and dress them all up differently for the character they want.
Yeah, they're a little plastic and Genshin.
Yeah.
A little plastic. Like just toy
they've been getting better in recent times, but like when the first couple models in Genshin were just like Ken doll, no soul behind the eyes.
The Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn that's in Genshin still kind of unnerves me because it is like a knockoff Barbie doll version of Aloy.
Now I have to look this up.
That's in the game. She's one of the worst characters, Sean, but you can probably still get her, right? No?
She's gone.
Oh, that was limited time. Never mind. You can't,
limited
Sean.
time only. That's gone. If you didn't get Aloy, you didn't get Aloy.
I'm looking at the character. Oh.
Yeah, she's just very like plain looking. But Zenless Zero honestly has like such an awesome aesthetic to it. Like the art design is so cool.
This is a Power World character. Sorry.
It is a Power World character, honestly. The aesthetic of that game is so good that it's a shame that they did what they did with it, because like you thought it was going to be something that you could explore more, and it's just kind of like a couple hallways and a character action game like a Bayonetta or a Devil May Cry. So like that kind of stunk on that side. At least that's what kind of decentivized myself from continuing to play the game. Then I was just like, I'm just kind of visiting 7 hallways and calling it a day.
Yeah, like for people who don't know, at least when it came out, that was like a weird dungeon crawly thing / DMC Bayonetta Light / explore a city block that's like a third the size of even like Kamurocho from Yakuza kind of mix. It was a weird thing. Yeah. So much text.
Which is why a game like Ananta, the game that we talked about at the beginning of the show, it genuinely looks fake to me because I have to see the game to really understand what am I gacha-ing for. Because that's another part of a good gacha game. Like Ananta feels like a GTA. What would you pull for in a GTA? More characters? What would be the differences? What would change? Do you miss out on story if you don't pull the character? Like,
yeah. I'm curious how much of that is like, oh, you get a character with Spider-Man swinging, and then you can go access specific missions and chests or whatever on top of buildings or something, right? Like,
but it seemed like the Spider-Man character was the main character, the ones you get for free.
Yeah, but maybe it'll be something like that where it's like, oh, this character can go into sewers. It's a good question. What do you do there, right?
Yeah, Chad is saying cars, guns, properties, costumes. See, okay, so that's where I feel like that kind of. I mean, GTA Online does incredibly well. So like, I don't know, maybe my take will be bad, but like I feel like that's not consequential enough to get you to spend money.
Yeah.
But like it's literally what GTA Online sells you, and they make a ton of money. So like I don't know. Like GTA Online sells you like the shark cards to go get money, to go get properties and cars and guns and stuff like that. And that's all stuff you could play the game and just get money to go and buy it. Or you could just get the shark card and make it a lot faster, and then you can
that makes sense.
it.
I haven't played GTA 5 online in the longest time.
Me too.
What if it had furry anime girls in it, Sean?
Depends what kind of.
You saw that trailer.
You saw the
I did see the trailer. There are 2 different wolf characters.
Yeah, you're in that game.
I am not. Which one?
Yes.
Gosh, I don't.
It's a good question though. Like that game just looks like it cost money, and now knowing that the incentives seem to be like cosmetic things, I'm like, there must be a catch. There must be a shoe to drop, and of course there would be, but it has to be a hell of a shoe, because otherwise that is just like a loss leader.
I'm just like, how do you sell money?
Yeah, so I'll be curious to see what's up with that. Justin,
Christopher,
this is the part of the episode where I'm going to target you a bit. You famously play Genshin Impact.
Yes,
famously.
How long have you? When did you first play it? Like when it came out?
I played it first when it came out, and I was questioning what. I did the first like 20 free polls, and then I was like, okay, I want to try and get the 5-star character. I really like Jean. from the beginning of the game. I thought she was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, how do I get her? Found out she's a 5-star. I was like, okay, how do I get currency to get Jean? And I opened up one chest in the game and it gave me 2 Primo Gems. And I said, okay, how many Primo Gems do I need to pull one time? And they said 160. And then I promptly turned the game off.
Yeah. That sounds familiar to my first experience with Genshin Impact as well.
Yeah, so that was my first experience. I played it literally at launch because I thought it looked too good to be true. It was Breath of the Wild, but free. So I had to check it out. And then a couple years later, a couple of my friends were playing it, and they were doing something that's known in the gacha world as re-rolling accounts, which is using the free 20 pulls, rolling, hoping you can get a 5-star, and if you don't get a 5-star, you delete the game and the account and start again. And you just do that over and over and over again until you get an account with the characters you want on it. And they were like, hey, we have an account with Jean on it. Do you want to try the game again and you can just have Jean from the start? And that's how I got into Genshin, because I didn't give a crap about the property, so I had no real incentive to like play the game.
Right.
But then I just started playing the story, and I really liked the story, and I really liked Jean, and I really liked the story of her as a character, and I just kept going along, and now I'm here, where I'm in the middle of Nodcry and trying to do the event with Aino and Nefa and characters that are 5 years later.
5 years later. would you say you got into it though? Like, was that still near when it came out?
It was first anniversary, so it was the first year after the game came out. Because my friends were like, hey, there's going to be anniversary rewards, so you can get some free stuff. Plus, we can give you the account with the character you want.
Oh.
And then the first year anniversary was notoriously so bad that the Chinese player base reported the company to the Better Bureau, the Better Trade Bureau in China, because they were like, "You're stealing from us."
Yeah, I remember that.
And they like got review bombed. Yeah, they got review bombed.
But where I'm getting to here is, have you played consistently since then for like 8 years?
The 5 years, yes. I only had so there's the game's been around for 5 years.
Only it
Why
feels
did
like
I think
longer.
9?
Nah, it's been around for 5 or 6. Because we just had our 5th or 6th anniversary, or it's coming up soon.
Oh, I'm stupid. That is 2020. Why was I thinking 2017? I guess I'm thinking Breath of the Wild. Never mind.
You're thinking Breath of the Wild, yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
So for me, it was genuinely just the story, and I really liked the property, and I loved Breath of the Wild, and it was really funny because after playing Genshin Impact, I played Tears of the Kingdom when it came out, and I was like, man, I kind of like Genshin more.
Bro, you can't say that on
What did you just say to me? What did you
just
just say?
Say that in public. I'm sorry.
Say it one more time.
I liked having tangible rewards coming out of chests instead of just like random 5 bundles of arrows. Like,
so say the statement again.
It genuinely felt more rewarding finding a chest in Genshin Impact than it was in Tears of the Kingdom.
Sean's cutting to the point. He wants you to say that Genshin Impact is better than Tears of the Kingdom.
I can't say that because I don't think that's true.
Okay.
Because I've beaten Tears of the Kingdom at this point of my life.
But back then you would have said yes.
Back then I would have been like, man, I gotta do my Genshin dailies.
Not much to change,
bro.
There's a mechanic they put into Mihoyoverse games called I don't know what it's called in each game, but basically it's like if you're offline for a certain amount of time, you get like rewards, like a welcome back bonus.
Oh boy.
In Genshin Impact, I have only ever gotten it once.
Oh.
Like I've played it consistently enough where I only ever got the welcome back bonus one time. And the reason why was because I went to Japan and I couldn't get on the servers.
Oh, right.
That trip was the only time I ever got a welcome back bonus.
So what would you say keeps you, I don't want to say glued, because maybe it is just kind of just something you do, right? But what has kept
most
you?
Days, I was like, most days I just pop on, play it for 20 minutes, spend my resin, leave. Like, I don't play it very, very frequently a lot of the time. For me, the thing that keeps me coming back is the story. I really like the story. I'm really interested to see where it goes. Like,
what is the story of Genshin?
The overarching story and plot of the game is you and your sibling depending on which sibling you pick to play as. You and your sibling are we're like adventurers that go across the cosmos, and you run into a godly being, and they separate you, and you get thrown into the world of Teyvat. And you are told that your brother is somewhere around here, or your sister's somewhere around here, and you have to go find them. And the archons, the gods of the world, have the answers that you seek. So you're basically, the entire story is you go around the world of Teyvat, and you're trying to find all the archons to try and hopefully find your sibling. And that's the main driver of the story. Other things happen in the story, because usually what happens is you go to a new continent that's ruled by a new god, and there is a conflict in that country, and you are like going along with that conflict and seeing it to a resolution. And you do that for each continent you kind of visit. Okay. Which is how they introduce the new characters and all that stuff that you need to go and gamble for. And like, I've gotten to the point where I'm just invested in the story. Like, I want to see how it ends. Like the last big story quest, you actually did run into your sibling, and you start to kind of understand where they're coming from in the whole conflict. And you're like, but I just want to go back to being like us. Like, I want to be back to being together. And your sibling's like, well, we can't, because we have to solve this. We have to help save Teyvat. And like, now we're going into like a lot of meta stuff that's coming up in the new continent.
Yo, meta. But okay. So
for me, that's what keeps me coming back to Genshin, is like, they keep introducing new story that I want to see, and it comes with cool characters to go and gamble for. And the cool characters give me new ways to play the game, because Genshin's combat system is actually not very deep at all. You just kind of do the same thing over and over again. But each character brings a different way of playing the game to the table, so it keeps it fresh enough. And the rewards, the trickle of rewards is consistent. Never overwhelming to where I feel like I can get everything I want. I don't spend money on the game. I've spent maybe $20. I spent maybe $20.
I was gonna ask if
all things considered, I spent about 20, probably around $30
ever
on like the $5 monthly pass thing that just gives you a bunch of free pulls.
You know what's upsetting? I spent the same amount of money in Overwatch 2.
Yeah, it's not like an insane amount, but like I've honestly given Genshin the money for the game that I've played in like going to see the concerts and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, that's where I spent more of the money on it, is like physical product. Like my mat, my desk mat is actually a Genshin mat.
Pick it up. And a Genshin Impact McDonald's meal, of course. Famous.
Of course, but that really went to McDonald's more than anything else.
I was gonna, gosh.
I have the McDonald's character banner, Sean. It's great. It's a bunch of fries in a red plastic.
Hold on. This is a real thing?
Yeah, there's no like M on it in game.
They had a Genshin McDonald's meal, yeah.
But it's very much like the McDonald's fries. That was when I started playing Genshin a little more, because I was like, that's funny. I have a McDonald's character banner. Every time Justin goes to his friends list, he has to see my McDonald's banner. That's so funny.
Yo.
Here's Justin's map for the video viewers. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not on there. I don't care. Wait, am I? Where?
There's probably a wolf in there. There's a bunch of anime characters.
No, that's not me.
No, that's you.
Also, who am I? Hold on.
You're like
you're talking about Lycon?
Is it the new one, or like
but they introduced like a more goth coded furry.
Oh yeah, that guy is just Sean. It's the himbo Sean version.
Yeah, Justin knows what I'm talking about.
So there's a himbo version and a normal version of me.
There's a wolf version, and then there's the himbo version.
To be fair, I am kind of a himbo already.
Yeah, that's why it's you. Gosh, that derailed me. Who are you people? What were we?
No. So basically, I only play two gacha games consistently at this point in my life.
Yes.
And it's Genshin Impact, and it's Fire Emblem Heroes. And I play Fire Emblem Heroes because I like Fire Emblem a lot.
And when it takes so long between releases, sometimes it's probably nice to have that there as something to kind of poke at.
Exactly. And Fire Emblem Heroes, I play it for actually 20 minutes a day, because there are like super pay to win game modes in that game, and I just do not interact with it at all because it doesn't give you enough rewards to actually care. Like they don't give you polls or anything from doing it. It's just like you can do it if you want, which I really appreciate because that means I don't have to do it.
Right.
But like the new Lucina's in the game. I want the new Lucina. I like Lucina. Like they
like
put
Marth,
out the new. Yeah, I mean, she's actually called Marth in this version because it's her version. It's you play Fire Emblem Awakening. You'll explain.
Yeah, you'll get
it. I guess I need to now.
It's
like I like Yunaka from Fire Emblem Engage, so I got the Yunaka. I got the Christmas one. They had a Christmas Yunaka. I got the Yunaka. I like Hector, so I got all the Hectors.
Oh, Hector. I want to poke in on your Genshin spending a little more, actually. Let's just pull out the financial statements here and unfurl this for everyone. No, but it's interesting because I think we're all very aware of the other side of the scale where people just go in and like have to basically live on the street because they accidentally spent all their money on gacha or whatever, right? You hear the horror stories. You're the other way where I'm like, if you told me here right now, like, hey, yeah, I've spent like $500-600 ever on Genshin, I'd be like, well, he gets like hundreds of hours out of that game a year.
Right.
If you think about it, that's not really that bad to kind of kick back, right? Like I'd be like, oh, sticker shock.
I have a friend that does. That does. So what they do, what Genshin does is that every year they do a crystal top up where if you spend money, you get double the amount of currency.
Right. Okay.
My friend, he will once a year just buy all of the packs to get double the currency. Just so that way throughout when he's playing, he can just get all the characters. He doesn't have to think about it. He just has them all.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't really care. I kind of play the characters I want to play. I don't want to have all the characters. So like, that doesn't move me.
Gotcha.
That FOMO of you better spend the money now or else you can't spend the money is like, I wasn't spending the money. So
right. Like it wasn't. Yeah. That may
50% off of 0 is still 0 for me. Like
facts.
Okay. So you don't even feel like I'm getting so much value just from the game time that I should give them more money. You're just straight up utilitarian, like,
like, I don't want it.
I'll spend money if I literally feel like I need to. Interesting.
Yeah, like, if there's a character that I really, really want, sure. If I'm like a few polls short, sure. But, like, I'm not out here being like, I need to have this character because if I don't, I won't be meta. It's a PvE game. I don't care.
Yeah. That was how I justify my Pokemon Go spending for a while, right? Because that is my gacha that I actually
that's your
play
gacha
like every day. And
yeah,
for a while it was like a $1 a month pass for the community day thing where it's like you have the high chance of a shiny. So I was always like, I play this literally every day. I'll throw them $1.
Right.
There's like the $15 yearly big event in like July, and I was like, that's a one-off thing. But then the $1 tickets became $2 tickets, and then I started thinking like, $24 a year though, you don't actually get anything worthwhile from that. I was just giving them money. Then I stopped. But I probably spent 300 in Pokemon Go over the last 9 years. That's probably why I was thinking 9 years is
I was like, also respectfully, like $12 a year, it's like whatever. $24 a year, it's still kind of like it's not huge, but also like that's
you're enjoying it.
Now it's a significant amount of money where it's like I could go get something else with that.
Yeah, it did finally make me think like, well, it's just a silly little quest you get that gives you like another encounter with the Pokemon.
Yeah.
And like a game that would have made, it's not really gacha, but like, for example, Madden has Ultimate Team.
Oh. Yeah. It has like that's where I actually spent the most money. FIFA Ultimate Team made me spend the most money. When I was a high schooler, I got cripplingly addicted. Senior year of high school, I got cripplingly addicted to FIFA Ultimate Team. I spent, no joke, I think $600 on that one FIFA.
Okay, that's more than me. I spent
because I didn't have a concept of money. I was just like, I have this money from my summer job. It's just sitting in a bank account, and this is the only game I'm playing. I'll drop $20 on a pack, and then I didn't realize that I bought like 40 packs.
Yeah, I spent like maybe around 200 on one of them, and then like when the next game came out, it was like, oh, I kind of have to start over for a lot of things.
That's where I stopped because I was
and
like,
I have
this
to
team does
already
not
pay
carry over anymore. I got to spend money to get the new game too. Like,
and I got to pay $50 because back then games were $50, but I have to pay $50 for this.
Right.
And now it's like, thankfully, like that got me away from it. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'll still play Ultimate Team or whatever, but like I don't, and that's where it becomes kind of pay to win because you get really good characters. It's also PvP. You're playing against somebody else, so you actively have the better players. So it's like you can earn different characters, you can earn all these different things, but like I have tried so many times to get like really good characters and what have you. Well, I'm saying characters, but any players, but like it's so difficult to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to do it with the team you built half the time. And you don't have great characters. So like you have to put money into the game to actually even just PvE it sometimes.
Yeah. Like I've recently gotten back into FIFA. It's now called EAFC because they've added new systems that make it extremely free to play friendly. Like it's kind of weird. Like they added new systems where you can take your crappy players and put them into challenges to make them better.
I like that.
Or they've added systems where it's like, hey, if you play 3 games, you get a free pack. And you get a bunch of free packs by doing that. Like, they made it very, very free to play friendly to the point where, like, I genuinely do not need to spend money because, like, my team's good enough. I don't need it.
Right. And
like last year, I got lucky on a pack that it was free. And I got, like, for soccer fans or football fans, you'll know who this is. I got Thierry Henry. And I was like, I have Thierry Henry. I don't need any other striker for the next 5 months. Like, I don't care anymore. I've gotten the character. I got the player.
Terry Henry?
Yeah. Yeah.
Terry Henry, yeah.
Terry Henry, yeah. Terry Henry, he plays for the Baltimore Orioles.
Nope.
I know. I mean,
Derek
honestly,
Henry.
FIFA, I know football, okay? I hurt. Anyway.
Yeah, you got your...
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, I'm a Bengals fan, so I know Payne very, very well. And Joe Burrow.
Who day? I know that.
It's hurt.
It was Who Day. We were 2-0. It was a monkey's paw. I kid you not, monkey's paw, because, okay, for those of you that don't know, I'm going to rant real quick. I don't really care that this is not...
This is not time. This will not be timely by the time this video comes out.
It's fine.
As a Bengals fan, though, I think
the Bengals, since Zach Taylor came around, weeks 1 and 2, only won one game from like 2019 to 2025. So one game. And so I guarantee someone did a monkey's paw like, all right, I want the Bengals to start 2-0 this year. And what do? We gave up. We went 2-0. We beat the Browns and we beat the Jaguars. 2 easy teams. Well, maybe Jaguars are, I don't know. 2025.
Jaguars are better than the Browns, but
the fact is, we are 2-0. What did it cost us?
Your quarterback.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And then we lost 3-38. No, sorry, 10 to 48.
48 to 10, yeah.
Because it was a 38-point difference, which was their largest deficit in history. They have never lost a game.
They got beat really bad.
Poor Sean.
And now he's waving to the ghost of Joe Burrow because he's deceased.
Yeah. I like when Sean talks football because
it's very interesting.
I don't know football, but it reminds me of just the decades of pain I felt as a Sonic fan. And I was sitting there and it's like, I know there's something good there. I know I'm not wasting my time caring about this, but every year it gets worse. And I just get that energy from Sean.
It does get worse.
That's honestly sports fandom in a nutshell. Like, when your team is bad,
no one seems
happy.
Really bad.
When your team is bad, it's really bad. When your team is good, it's also pain because there might be another team that's better than yours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I feel like I did it the right way. Like when I was into hockey for a bit, I got behind the Penguins when they were good.
They were very good at the time, yeah.
Like around
Sidney Crosby was like in this prime of his career.
Him, Marc-Andre Fleury, like that era, right? And I was like,
what was it? It was it Nabokov? No.
There's like a third guy with
Malkin, like Evgeny Malkin.
Yeah, it was Malkin, Fleury, and Crosby. That was like that was essentially the triple B.
Yeah.
There's the triple Bs, but better.
And I got into it with them, and I was like, oh, this is great. I went to a game, and once the Golden Knights started up and they kind of got worse, I was like, all right, I guess I'm done with hockey, and I've been happy. It's great.
Why Why did I think you meant like you got into it as in like you fought Sidney Crosby one day? Like he wasn't doing good enough. I mean,
Yeah,
just got into it one time. I'm the reason why. I'm the reason why he left.
Yeah,
Me, not Crosby. Fleury.
I saw him at the what's the Pittsburgh restaurant with the fries sandwich? That's the chain.
Primanti Brothers. Yeah,
Primanti Brothers. I met him there, and I went, "Oh, you stinking pierogi!" And then we fought. And now he's not there anymore. So you're welcome.
I love that pierogies.
I'm upset that I legit thought you were telling the truth for a second. I was like, "Oh, that what?"
No, I don't talk to people with athletic talent, Sean. I don't like to have that self-reflection of how I'm not athletic.
But I played college ball.
Yo, I play basketball in the park every now and again.
I think I was like,
actually,
yeah.
All right.
Oh wait, I did. Yeah,
yeah. I balled on Kevin's ass, bro.
I have a Crub subscriber question of the week. If anyone else does, they can give us at least $2 a month on patreon.com/Crub. You'll be given a form and you can put literally 300 questions in there if you want. We don't care. We might go, oh my God, holy shit. But that is welcome and that is allowed. And this week's it's a softball, to use a sports term. It comes from Erkman1, who said, every member of Crub is now in Smash Ultimate. Harrowing. Okay. What does each person's final Smash look like? Feel free to use a different fighting game if you prefer. I think Smash will work here.
Yes, Smash is fine.
Smash is fine.
JTR9 is our Smash Ultimate expert, so I figured we'd just finally dust this one off for today.
Can Chris go Super Chris and fly around the screen like Sonic?
Can I?
Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that.
I'm kind of contractually obligated to only use that with Rivals of Aether 2. That's kind of my thing over there. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
That makes sense.
So I'd have to pull from another game from my 31-year-old gaming history. You'd have to go to like Chris Rush Adventure on the DS and be like, oh, that's the one where he had a pirate ship and he can be a pirate for his final Smash. Is this working?
Fair.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know Sonic?
No.
I know
I'm
that
just
Sonic
imagining
Chronicles
you
exists.
just put on a pirate hat now. Just like, that's your ultimate. You put on a pirate hat.
It would be nice if they referenced Sonic Battle when they had Sonic and Smash. That would be cool, but
that would have made sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
the Sonic fighting game that people like.
Yeah,
which one?
But they didn't do it. Sonic Battle.
GBA game, bro.
I meant which person likes it.
Chris.
Okay. I feel like. Go ahead.
Trav.
I feel like Trav would like shrink somebody down to a plushie and then throw milk on them, like drown them in milk.
That feels like something Kevin would do.
Does it?
Actually, yeah, no. Yeah. Kevin would waterboard someone.
Okay. The easiest one is by far. The easiest one is Donkey Kong's Final Smash in Brawl, where he Chris is not around anymore.
Sorry.
Did you hear what I said?
Sean said Kevin would waterboard someone, and I just imagined like the slow drip and like the final smash taking like 8 minutes or something until Kirby just screams out in pain. I'm like, yeah, I guess Kevin would do that. I don't know.
I see Kevin as turning you into a cup of ranch and playing ranch and smashing the cup of ranch.
Oh, and if listeners don't know, ranch is when you put a packet of ranch on a table and then smash it and see.
Yep. No, see who smashes it first. Yeah.
See who erupts first. I think basically would be the nomenclature, right?
Yeah. Kevin would turn you into a ranch packet and play ranch. Mm-hmm. Do you remember in Smash Bros. Brawl when Donkey Kong had the final smash where he brought out the bongos and he played Donkey Konga?
I didn't like that one.
That'll just be Nico.
Yeah, that's it.
You can turn it into a rhythm game.
I'm a drummer, and then he'd start doing it. Yeah.
Okay. It can turn into a rhythm game.
Just right. Okay.
Moriarty.
I think the Trav one was right, but Sean mentioned
waterboarding.
Yeah, you also mentioned waterboarding. I don't know. Something had me thinking of Kirby's. I love that all of these have just been like existing ones, by the way, not even like original. No, but I was just thinking of Kirby's
making ranch,
and I was like, Trav could make you soup. Ranch is original.
Oh yeah, carbonated soup.
We could do that. We could do that. Did you guys play Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Well, there's a character in the game named Phoenix, right?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I imagine that one's Moriarty.
Yeah.
Is he just objection?
No, he brings you to court and takes you out with objection and like
Oh,
Yeah, he
with
says
facts
no.
and logic.
Presents the evidence with facts and logic. Yeah,
Well,
Okay,
he says
I see.
words.
Very intellectual.
yeah, I
Sometimes.
like that one for M.
How many people are in
Brody.
Crub? There's like 30 of us, right?
Brody. He makes
Brody
he
just
makes
gets a
you
tank.
I like the idea of Brody knocking you out with a tier list or a bracket.
Oh, like a 4-hour
Oh yeah.
tier list.
You know, like
yeah.
a 4-hour like flashbang to the face where you're ranking all the Spyro levels.
And he's like, this will only take like an hour, I promise. And then
Yeah.
it's like 11:30 p.m. and you're like, your voice is hoarse. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking that, or like, I don't know, Canada.
Oh, you just throw a moose at people?
Yeah, like it throws a
No.
moose at you, or it throws you down Niagara Falls. He turns into a ping tuber.
Oh,
Maybe just put you in a microwave.
no. It would be like he would just have the thing of Sackboy. He would just like make like lava and throw you into lava.
Or maybe he just makes you explode. Like just like Sackboy whenever he's like, all right, I'm done, and just blows up.
Yes, that's the one. That's what
That's
it would
the
be.
one. That's
Just like-
Brody's.
Gosh, who did we forget? It'd be really funny if we forgot someone. Probably Justin, right?
Yeah.
Me and Sean, I don't think.
Yeah, no. Wolves just tear you apart. The end. All right,
Okay.
Justin.
That's mean.
What else
Can
do
I
you want?
can I just have like the generic me sword fighter shoot random lasers at you?
No, I think instead what should happen is you get the launch codes for every country.
Oh,
Ooh.
And that's it.
Can I get like
I
a
had-
stampede of my fans because I'm so famous and they all just crush you?
a stampede of
Oh,
your
yeah.
fans, and in your honor, they all throw DoorDash whoppers at the enemies.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like
Oh man,
Wonderful 101, but like wonderful.
it's like
They just like
Pikmin.
come together.
Wonderful
Oh, yeah,
101
actually, yeah.
mentioned.
Wonderful
God.
101 mentioned in the Lord our year 2025.
It might
And a
actually
Smash
be like a
Brothers game.
handful of times anyone's mentioned that game this year. You might be
I
like
mean-
number 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody's talked about that game ever.
I
That's
think
okay.
that's a good podcast after that.
I like Wonder Red. I'm not afraid to say it.
Oh, red guy.
Red guy. Oh, Chris's final smash will be red guy.
I'd bring back Concord. Hold on. I need to open up my Discord name notes that have all my very funny names from my private Discord, and I need to add here. I'll just type it in
Waterboarding
here.
Kevin.
Wonder Red Guy. There we go.
Actually-
Okay. Now that's the podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Get us down in the comments if you like gacha, if you played gacha, if you've beaten up Marc-Andre Fleury at a Permanente Brothers, or if you have a better Final Smash than the ones we thought of.
And if we got anything wrong, let us know. Please let
Yeah.
us know.
Right now.
Order a mariachi band for your local event and
I
get
forgot
back to
about
us. All right, everybody, have a
I
good
thought,
week.
I thought we weren't talking about them.